So there are some extensions that I personally like. So let me just remove the proxy so it won't go through Burpsuit. So one of this would just make it faster. So there are some extensions that I quite like. I quite enjoy build with extension. Essentially what build with does is that it's a fingerprinting tool that can be extremely useful for finding out what type of technology is running on a specific website. And this is very useful when you are essentially just trying to identify, like, okay, is this running on PHP? Is this running on a specific CMS, right? Content management system, specific version? Is that version vulnerable to something search sprite, right? So, or really just anything like this. And being able to fingerprint a specific version can be very valuable. The same thing applies with a tool called Vaporizer. This is probably my favorite just because it's so quick and convenient. So Firefox extension. And I also highly recommend it once you get up like your basic tool links and stuff like this. For now, I'm just doing extensions. That you essentially go back and you take a new snapshot of the VM, right? Just because it's convenient. And then there is another one as well that I quite like. It's called HackTools, Firefox extension. Essentially what HackTools is, it's more so a convenience than anything else. Because, I'll show you in a bit. So once again, it can be nice to have it be incognito. So essentially what it does is just that it has a bunch of different commands ready, right? So these are essentially like a basic or RoShell. It also covers things like stuff for PHP reversal, right? It's pretty convenient to have this in one place. This is essentially T2I. I'm sure not familiar with that. It's like stabilizing a shell after Prevask if you're not familiar. And this is also general useful things with regards to privilege escalation on Linux specific, right? And just has some of the useful things. Yeah. And also one thing that I want to show you specific about this tool, which can be important, because let's say that we are doing Prevask, right? So we are essentially like looking for SRD binaries. We copy this, we run this, and we are looking for SRD binaries on the system that we are at. But then when I'm alt-tabbing again, you can see that it's like, oh, I have to kick this again, then that's kind of annoying. You can essentially just go through right here. Let's see, so we can keep it dark. And then we can also put it in full screen mode like so. So when I'm going back, we have it right here again. So that's pretty convenient. Just like a small little thing, but I thought it was worth mentioning in case you like to use this tool a lot and having to click and right with open each time can be a bit inconvenient, but here it's like boom, boom, back and forth, right? So yeah, that's really what I wanted to show you for tools for now. Obviously, you can install stuff like Limpis. So I personally attempt to like having my tools in HackTools. You can see I don't have that, and then something like Prevask. And if you go to the app now, you can see that I created tools. And you can also see that I created a Prevask folder, right? I want to show you some other handy paths as well. So if you want to go to, for instance, let's see, it's user share, and then it's, I believe, web shells. Here is also some default web shells. Okay. That, you know, can be quite handy to have. Yeah, so so it also has some, I don't quite remember the, maybe it's a thing. Right, it's in user share, and then Windows binaries or resources, right? And here you can also find some tools as well. For instance, like netcat can be quite handy to have, wget, etc. And here you have other tools as well. So for instance, a specific version of Mimikat, right? So I just wanted to show that as well. These are some default binaries that are essentially on Kali Linux that you might not be aware of. But other than that, really just, put on your tools. You can create a web shell tool. You can create like a, for instance, like your favorite word list or whatever. I definitely suggest that you install like seclist, right? Definitely recommend that. But yeah, that's really what I wanted to show for in this video. I hope it was useful. I hope you learned something new. Obviously, if you want to learn how to crush the OSCP and you want to learn hacking in general, we have amazing courses for that down below. Check it out. You can try it for free for a day in case you have any doubts at all. We have hundreds of students and people are just absolutely loving it, and you can check out the reviews there as well. So I think you will love it as well.